Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Hearthstone Battlegrounds Lobby Legends Hallow's End. We've approached the end of our day number 1 here of our group stage. One more game left to go to decide who's going to be playing in that top 8 in that check format tomorrow. I'm TJ, joined by Soddle, Simon Soddle Welch, Twitter handle at COL_Soddle. Go give him a follow. Great guy.
Verified on Twitter in 6 different ways these days.
And I'm verified in 0 ways.
It's fine. You can just pay for it now, TJ. Don't worry.
Well, the thing is, like, if anybody wants to try and impersonate me, like, joke's on them.
Actually, great idea. Hold on, changing myself to TJ Sanders. I'm on this immediately.
Yeah, well, they you can't change your name anymore.
Oh, yeah. True.
So, you're stuck as Simon Soddle Welch at COL_Soddle for all of eternity. But here we go. Jump into the game right off the bat. Oh, we got a King Wukla. I see 9 armor, and I just...
I just see the big number, and like, well, I'm taking that one.
Yeah.
6 armor Finley, though. Yeah, sign me up. Finley is a literal cheat code in some instances. You can get the broken hero powers while having the armor total and the ease of quest completion of a 6 armor hero, which is very unfair in some scenarios. Of course, you are at the mercy of what that discovered hero power is going to be, but I think 6 armor Finley is very, very hard to turn down.
Yep. Hey, we got a Gallywix. And a Rat King. Cool. Oh, this is this is a lot of cool heroes. Ooh, okay.
Ooh.
What's in? What's out? I see elementals are in. We got no Murlocs, no Cool Bores. Dragons of Demon. George is...
I think it's Lich King, right?
Great. Yeah.
Yeah, I like Lich King.
Yeah.
I think if we had the exact opposite lobby of this, that would be a Snap George. Yeah, like literally reverse the tribes, right? Murlocs in and mechs and beasts out. That's insta George at that point. But with Beast Mechs in, Lich King, plenty of premium targets to reborn in that scenario. Of course, usually Leroy is the premium target to reborn. We're not going to see one of the best scams in the game, by the way. We mentioned it at the start, but just if people haven't been following recently, if you've been following Battlegrounds enough to know that Evil Twin Khadgar is a huge scourge on the metagame right now, but not following enough to know that it was hotfixed last night in my time, if you're right in that specific little niche of how much attention you play to Battlegrounds, there you go. Khadgar Evil Twin interaction was hotfixed out last night. Lich King with the reborn Leroys is one of the best ways to scam of that with that outside of Mechrel. If you can get a few stats onto your Leroy and then give it reborn and then Evil Twin spread it everywhere with Khadgar, it's beautiful. Doesn't work anymore. Boo.
Better yet, pick Wisdom Ball and win, because I need a Wisdom Ball. Yo, you better have your eyes peeled for a Wisdom Ball.
It's the last game of the day. Can we have...
Wait. We got a brand with the juice.
This really is the juice, yeah. What's the counter on? I would imagine this is the 4th being bought if you were to buy the triple right now, which is not ideal because you want to play the Golden Naga with the Bran, right? You don't want to play it beforehand. You might just have to go for buy hold.
Yeah, which is fine. You also get to see the quest.
Yeah, went for a freeze there. Yeah, I do not like the freeze. I like buy hold significantly more than freeze in this spot. So I do think this last minute diversion is a good choice. Just take the damage.
Oh, this is good stuff right here.
And all you have to do is buy 1 battle cry next turn, get the Bran.
Oh, imagine a battle cry quest requirement too. Or even like add cards to hand.
You also... 4 elementals on Naga for Xerus.
Oh, okay.
You get that right now. There's a freak.
It's elemental.
There's a Celemental, a anomaly which completes the Bran, and then the Naga in your hand.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
That's perfect. That is literally perfect.
Who knows what secrets will uncover?
And you're gonna tavern up 2 to get a 3 from this triple? Or are you still gonna hold?
I think I'm playing it. You have to play it, right? Because it's part of the quest completion.
Ah, yeah. To get the Xerus. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh, it's 4 coins. Bird buddy?
Just take a bird person, yeah.
Yeah.
Little bit of tempo, why not? I think it's fine. You also take Shoal Commander, and that allows you to hold the water droplet in hand. So you're just playing Shoal Commander as your 4th minion, as a Naga instead of an Elemental. Because otherwise you're gold inefficient, right? Oh, you have 2 spaces on board. My bad. I thought you only had 1 space on board. It doesn't actually matter that much.
But picks a Shoal Commander anyway, even given that information. So. And the Xerus train is a coming. Yeah, well, we're doing the same one.
And... Oh, I mean, all right, fine. I think turn 5 was on my screen before that came on, but fine.
No, not mine. I'm lagging. Florida internet. I'm actually still on turn 3.
Oh, really? How is it back there? Simpler times, right? Turn 3. Those were the days.
Yep. Okay. Well, we got a triple lined up with, well, double triple.
Yeah, didn't hit the flip, though. So, gonna be double 5s next turn. Does have the Gambler to be able to make it happen as well, presuming that was swapped into on one of the turns. You have very little gold to actually be allocated to anything except buying back your Alley Cat, so very likely that was just flipped into on one of the previous turns with the hero power. Oh, honestly. EJ's extremely late bandwagon pick has just been officially approved into the system. Cannot believe it. Getting away with murder here.
Checkmark emoji on Discord. Officially approved into the system.
Look, okay. The people who are running all of this for us can tell you some wonderful stories about what it's possible to do by just typing things in Discord when technology fails you, okay? Do not discount.
Just watch GeoBoogie just crash and burn from this point.
yeah.
Oh, it just got super hyped.
If I had seen Razormaul's board, I would have been tempted to divert away from the GeoBoogie, because that is a Celemental triple on a Gallywix, which is one of the best positions you can possibly be in the entire game. Celemental probably the best early triple in the game, and then even more so on Gallywix because of the way the hero power works. So very, very strong position for Razormaul overall.
Ooh. Wait, what was the quest?
Cooked book.
Elementals are pirates, though. Eight elementals are pirates. Oh my goodness, that's a...
Again, one out of 8 currently, if I saw that correctly, which means, yeah, we're on turn 6. Kid still has to play 7 more elementals or pirates to get +1/+1 on the first minion that he buys. Cooked Book is so incredibly slow. Yes, it is massive when you can get it rolling, but my goodness, Kid is so far away from making it happen here. I respect it, though. In Kid's specific position, it makes sense, right? Pirates are in, go for Cooked Book, hit Hoggar, win game. That makes sense. You can argue you don't need Cooked Book if you hit... Okay, you can argue you don't need the Cooked Book part of that sentence if you hit Hoggar. If you go infinite with Hoggar, you're winning the game anyway because you're infinite. That's a valid argument. But Kid has a fraction of a fraction of a fraction percent chance to qualify from this position. And it all starts with him winning the game.
Did you boogie just Xeris into an Eliza?
He's on 4, so he can't have facelessed into it. So I would presume so, yes. Unless he tripled into a 5 and then faceless that into an Eliza, which seems like a very unlikely play to make, I would imagine that's what happened, yes.
Okay. Well, that's pretty good. That'll at least buy him some time to get rolling. Doesn't have to, like, it's hard to build around it unless you go like Exodia, but...
Yeah, meanwhile...
Tony.
Just gonna tell you, where is Razormaul in the standings right now? Razormaul is on 7 points, 0.5 off the cutoff, which is currently Pompato on 7.5. The tripling into a 5 here and taking a Light Fang is just kind of an interesting decision that I'm trying to dig into the motivation for. And furthermore, then trying to process what you do with 13 gold on this turn. Because instant temptation when you have 13 gold is to press that level button. You have a little bit of stats coming out with the Light Fang, can pick up the High Main to fill out the Beast slot in your comp as well. But how interested are you in really going for the Gusto here? And how much do you just want to sit and play like economy Gallywix on Tavern 4? Right? Just buy sell buffs?
The only thing that came into my mind when I saw Razormaul's board is Snicker, snacks, Snicker, snacks.
We go over to expert analyst TJ Sanders. Patches is good with pirates.
I love catching some waves.
Okay, actually using the war gear as a magnetic.
Oh, watch.
I'm watching.
Well, you're gonna have to watch for a little bit, but there you go.
Oh, yeah, look at all those stats.
It wasn't even that many stats.
It really wasn't, though.
Yeah.
It's enough, though. Looks big enough for this fight.
Yeah.
Big enough for this fight by some distance. This is an absolute murder.
Oh, yeah.
Damage cap? 1 off? 14? Yeah. Hello? Are you okay?
I mean,
That's turn 8. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I'm looking at some of these other boards and I'm like, okay, this looks miserable. But yeah, it's turn 8. I suppose it's actually fine.
turn 8 with Evil Twin, like Tunnel Blasters, clearing up like a lot of these players' boards. Kid is at 4.
Kid is at 4, yes. Glad you noticed.
Oh, okay. Cookbook is rolling.
Book is rolling indeed, yes. Wait, what is the... I'm very confused by that Jandis hero power. He Jandis hero powered a minion into the shop that doesn't really benefit from getting... But okay, he has Little Rag. Okay, I didn't notice the Little Rag. That makes more sense. Because normally with Jandis Cookbook, you want to like throw a Divine Shield back into the shop and then buy it again, for example. But in this situation with the Little Rag, sure, that kind of makes some sense.
Yep. But is it enough stats to beat the double massive, the Evil Twinned Salty Looter. There was a tunnel blaster on the other side as well.
How big was the Salty? It was about the same
20
size as this little rag, right? Roughly the same size?
It was 22, but there's also Cthulhu Hero Power, plus there was a couple pirates in shop.
There was a gambler in shop as well, right?
Yeah, so it's going to be, what, probably 25? 29.
Okay. Still enough here, I think, in the end, for this to be a big win for Kid. That's gone the wrong way, though. That's fine.
Still a win. Still a win. So, and Cookbook's starting to roll pretty nicely. So, Kid might be able to claw his way out of this this 8th place spot. But as we said, still needs a lot to go right.
Yes.
In this game in order to actually make it into the top 4, because it's coming into this with only 1.5 points. So absolutely needs a win, and then also has to have some other players in the lobby. Oh my gosh. Raise them all is just destroying everybody.
How much was that? 3, 6, 10, 15, 9. Okay, well, it wasn't quite lethal without damage cap, but that was a ton of damage in that position. And this is actually a big tempo board that got murdered by the Gallywicks on the other side there, now that you look at it.
Oh, a Croc.
Third person, Golden Tank, and Croc. Yeah, this is so tempo heavy. Like, this is such an unfortunate fight for Kid to be running into at this exact moment.
I think Kid's done so.
I mean, there's a whole extra turn of Cookbook that we're not accounting for here.
Whoa!
The scourge will consume you.
There's a lot of cool stuff going on here.
There is. Let's get the Kid reveal, though. Yeah, this is what we're looking for. Leroy. Divine Shield back on the Lil Rag. No real significant upgrades in terms of, like, premium minions that you found with Cooked Book, though. No additional Divine Shield or Cleave or anything like that.
The Leroy's not even running into anything particularly good either. There was like a taunted Sorlisk and a taunted Highmane, and that was it. Like pretty small potatoes, all things considered. Oh my gosh, we have one. There's no Baron here though, so it's just the Khadgar. Oh no! And it's Tunnel Blaster Baron. Oh, the stats should...
He's good, yeah. Outright. Oh no, he's talking about the Baron. I didn't even see the Baron. Yeah, you're absolutely right. Yeah, that Baron is disgusting. That's gonna probably be lethal now from... Okay, that's the attack. That's the one you absolutely needed. Nope, not anymore. Too much.
Close. Needed to kill the Wave Rider.
Yeah, so if the left Salty Looter had not attacked into the one remaining big minion.
Okay.
Whoa, Kid gets there. Kid lives to fight another day, and Kid actually leveled to 5 on that previous turn. That was the biggest problem that Kid had, is that he wasn't able to get to 5 freely. But 3 people have died, and I don't believe that they are the 3 that Kid needs them to be.
No, Pompada was one of them.
Yeah, but
Sliders
is still alive.
But Sliders was lower.
True.
Sliders would have to go out in 5th, right?
Okay.
Let me look.
All right. Meanwhile...
Yeah, Sliders is at 5 points. So if Slider goes out in 5th, that's 3 points. Kid would pass.
Okay. All right. The dream lives. The dream lives.
And Sola would... Yeah, and... No, Sola's safe now.
But also the problem is that was a 3-way tie for 7th, right? So Pompada actually got 1 whole point, which goes to 8.5.
Oh my gosh, it'd go to double tiebreakers if that's the case. It would be Kid and Pompada both with a 7th place finish. Or not, or both.
No, Kid Pompada would have the exact same record, right? 0.5.
Exact same tiebreakers.
0.5 points, 1.7 point.
Oh my gosh, I don't even know what breaker there.
All right, this is officially the point we stop trying to work this out because we're not going to get anywhere. Back to what's actually happening.
It would still have to be Sliders going out in 5th to even matter, right? Oh no, it doesn't matter at all because Raise 'em All has secured 3 points. So our top 4 is actually set. Sorry to ruin the drama.
This board, TJ, what is happening?
Oh my goodness.
It's just double blaster Baron and then 2 big minions. Like nothing else is relevant at all.
Blasters died too slowly.
It did, yeah.
Off.
And that is going to get Solar cooked here, I believe.
Yep.
Yeah, far too much damage on the other side. Did Kid survive? Kid did survive. Kid's doing everything he needs to, even though TJ is saying it's seemingly irrelevant here. You can always bank on TJ Sanders being wrong.
Yeah, because Kid now finishes 8.5 points. If the win, that's the maximum. Oh, I can't talk anymore because I got to do the Barrow's Blessing.
Okay, Cooked Book is at plus a lot, and there's a Hydra as well. A Hydra that can be bought multiple times here. Also dump some stats from the ball, or now just pick up the magnetic. This is a huge turn for Kid.
The pirate's code. The pirate's code.
Sell the other pirate, flip the Hydra, sell whatever you flip into, and then buy the Hydra and the magnetic. It's gone a little bit different here. Looks like he's not picking up the module. Okay.
Doesn't have enough gold.
Well, he could have done if he like he bought the what did he buy? He bought the 3-star pirate instead of the module.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a Leroy on the other side, but currently it's not next to a taunt.
It is not, no.
Unless he moves it, I'm probably going with Kid.
I am absolutely waiting until the last second to see where that Leroy goes.
Yeah.
Okay. Kid tries to put the Leroy up front to expose the meaty back line here. That's the better thing. So, okay, attacking into the cleave is relevant, but the cleave gets to go multiple times again here.
Oh, by 1 health!
What are you worried about?
I was worried.
What are you worried about?
I was worried.
That's like the worst possible pan out, I think, and he still gets there, you know? Kill him.
You know? I do know. Stats versus stats.
Now this is how Battlegrounds is meant to be played. Just big, meaty minions slapping meat.
That's a lot of Goldens. Must have had a Tony. Did have a Tony for a few turns.
I'll do what I can.
Scally, please? Oh, no? What? We don't want second Scally? I'm confused. Takes the gold instead. What's the final minion in that case?
Escape the darkness with me.
Tunnel Blaster?
Possibly, yeah. I could see that.
I want that Divine Shield. Ooh.
The frozen guide.
I'll do what I can.
There's
This time,
Scally.
surely. Yeah, okay, fine.
Okay. Yeah. It'd be like Mech Exodia versus Pirate Exodia. At the end.
Yeah. They're both kind of a long way away from
Yeah, they are.
the actual perfect Exodia builds, if you want to look at it that way, but it is a timeline that exists. Okay, last blaster doesn't die, never mind. Poisonous minion does the work for him. And the Mechrol ping pong begins. That was the worst attack available on the board by some distance.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, stop. Actually, stop.
That's a big old GG.
All right, you killed one. The moral victory.
Yeah. It'll still be the end of the road.
Yeah, Brazenball goes down in 4th at a minimum.
And that makes things a little bit more complicated. I do think Kid is mathematically eliminated now, but there's a room for sliders to actually move up in the standings, I believe, and maybe sneak in a top 4.
There's always room for sliders, TJ.
He's gonna slide right up.
If Harold and Kamar taught me anything, it's that there's always room for sliders.
Funny that we literally just had that go.
Yeah, we did.
I mean, that was 6 hours ago at this point, but
It was.
It happened today.
Yep.
Slider's like, I'm done.
Yep.
That's my board.
There a presumed flurry of action over on Kid's side instead? Yes, indeed there is. Ooh, Mimidon. Ooh, a Mimidon.
Did get the Golden Hogger after all. Finally, Tony coming through.
That is now a 160, 160.
What have I become?
That is big.
And you taunt the Leroy, right? Well, it depends. So if I see my opponent showing mechs here, I would taunt the Leroy to play around Deflecto first. But I don't know if if Kid has seen Sliders board recently and knows that there aren't Deflectos up front. I would assume based on this play that he does. That is a weird taunt otherwise. You're expecting to see Deflectos up front.
It's like the second weakest minion. There's a rhythm to this.
That cleave did nothing.
Literally.
Absolutely nothing. That Leroy did nothing.
Like, oh no, my Divine Shield, psych.
Okay, that's a good attack. Now go into the expo. No. Okay, the ping pong begins. Okay, that's good. Still plenty of health remaining. It's a tie? It is a tie. Whew. Boogie just casually escaping the ghost.
This is like perfect Vanessa territory, just a bunch of Mex players. Vanessa just attacking 50 million times.
So he comes up here for the Sliders fight. Wow, 2 hoggers in a row, just blown straight past. Way too late for that stuff right now.
Yep.
Ooh, okay, Kid has found Hogger number 4, which means Kid is now infinite.
Just need to find some good minions to end on with the cookbook.
Yep, you want to find good minions to end on, and you want to hit as many balls of minions as you possibly can in this situation. There's some stuff. Hello? Wait, what? It was like an infinitely sized Hydra. No? Okay, fine.
What's going on out here? What's going on out here?
He doesn't have time for this, Sottle.
All right.
Got pirates to buy.
Apparently he doesn't. Mimidon. Yeah, I mean, with the rope burning, there's an argument you're supposed to just flip a pirate back into the shop and then buy it back. Although, actually, the only pirate you can flip is the spare hogger, which would mean that you're only then getting back 2 gold from buying it again. You're not actually making a profit. But theoretically, if you had more time back there, you could just flip a pirate back into the shop, buy it again to make money, and then have one more roll to then hit more pirates and continue going. But with the rope burning, I think the play that Kid made the most sense.
Okay, well that tunnel blaster actually did something.
Yes, it did. Oh, that's the attack. That is the attack. Slowly running out of stats on Joe Boogie's side, but I think still plenty to have this covered. Yep, that's definitely the attack for sure, and just enough health on the Golden Eliza to win the fight, but not nearly enough damage to kill Sliders, so this one will march on.
Oh my gosh. The biggest Hydra.
A gift for Ashara.
Where you sell every other minion and just have that Hydra.
Oh, it's so big.
That's the one you
Oh,
want.
and a triple Myrmidon. What is it? Oh, God.
It's a 750, 750. Okay.
What's going on out here?
Oh yeah, 50
Before the ball of minions has even been sold.
That's true, yeah. Huh.
What about a massive white mage?
Oh, it's another one.
So many shiny.
Come on, land on the cleaves. Come on, there we go.
I love catching some waves.
Needs another one to complete the set. Still has a ton of gold left.
Something that we haven't mentioned, I believe, in this tournament is the server is chosen by essentially like the time zone of the events. This is a designated Europe event, I believe, which means it will be being played on Europe. So if this looks slow to you, that's why. Kid is on some serious cross-server action right now, so even doing what he's being able to do right now with the Infinite Hogger stuff is pretty impressive.
Oh my goodness.
It's so big.
Oh my goodness.
It's one of those games where you just look up to the heavens and say, bless you, Bob, for banning Murlocs this game. Because this is what you want to do. Let's be honest. No one wants to play Poison Murlocs. This is what we want to do.
A crisp 32.
And had about 2,000 leftover stats on the board still to play with at the end of it.
And all the way down to 4 health, and Kid has clawed this one back, and I don't think Sliders is anywhere near big enough. Especially with the cleaves. If this was just big stats with no cleaves, then maybe like the Meckerel ping pong could just go on forever.
Oh!
And that'd be the chance.
Replicating Menace. This is just a mini game at this point. We're not trying to win the lobby. We're trying to make the biggest cleaves possible. That's
What about
the
a
game.
Cyclone? No? Okay.
No. That doesn't make the cleave bigger, TJ. Were you not listening?
Yeah, but it
Oh, magnetic! No, buy the magnetic. Oh, what? Ah!
So many shiny.
What is happening?
Neil got too excited. He pressed a button.
Yeah. It was Lorinda's nap time. He just fell asleep on the stream deck.
Oh, another ball as well. Triple. Still a minute left, by the way.
Yep. Oh, yeah, that's the land. 300 Hydra now.
Oh, another magnetic.
He didn't buy the last one, though, I don't think. Okay, does buy this one. Oh, don't give it Torn! Now it's just going to get anticlimactically Leroyed at the start of the fight. Come on, we've played this game before.
He doesn't care.
Oh, I know.
Alright, come on, in on the Cyclone.
So many shiny.
Gonna make it even bigger.
Oh, this is what we came here to see. This is Battlegrounds right here.
No, Leroy.
Okay.
Board's still exactly the same, except there's a mind shield on the macaw.
I mean, honestly, this should sell all your minions apart from the 2 cleaves kind of angle if you really wanted to go out in style here. Imagine a don't cleave. Embarrassing.
He's even gonna kill one thing.
The corrupted Myrmidon that's a tripled 250 is almost no longer his biggest minion, by the way, with how insane that turned.
Oh, I wonder if he just sold everything except for the Myrmidon. If he would still win. Probably not, but there you have it. Kid claws his way all the way back from a near defeat in 8th, all the way to a first place finish from 4 health. Unfortunately, I don't think it's going to be enough, but at least Kid went out in style and showed what he's capable of after a pretty rough first couple games in that lobby. But yeah, that's the happiest I've been to not have a Murloc game in this lobby, because we would have never gotten that much excitement.
No, and to be fair, like if Murlocs are in, you can still get in that same position, but you play it very differently, right? Like that's when you're then picking up the Cyclones and the Deflectos, and you're playing for Divine Shields and resets and that kind of thing instead. And sure, you can have your giant Divine Shield cleave Foe Reaper as well in that mix. But Kid just knew full well that poison wasn't really what he had to worry about at all. So Divine Shields were just not super relevant. Like honestly, as soon as the stats got as big as they got, the minions individually didn't really matter that much. He just, in the end, just chose to lean super hard into the cleaves because of cleaves being pretty effective against mechs overall, against most kinds of Baron comp. Picking up cleaves is going to get a lot of work done for you. So yeah, very nicely played for Kid. I'm glad that he had the opportunity to show us what he can do, given the opportunity. As I said, it was an incredibly greedy cooked book to take, even in the scenario he was in. But the scenario he was in made it necessary, right? He had to get the win. He had to have the near perfect pan out of everyone else getting the results he needed as well. I don't think that is the reality. And yeah, in the end, you see it is still some distance away. But that, at the end of it all, is a very tightly contested group overall.
Yeah, so top 4 is going to be Geoboogie, Gongi, Sola, and Sliders, who barely edges out Razor Maul on a tiebreaker, which is the highest finish. Sliders, with that second place in that last game, secures it. So a heartbreaker for Razor Maul being that close, having the points but not having the high enough finish. But top 4 is settled. So actually, top 2 of this group was the 2 South Korean players, which is pretty cool, because a lot of times we see, especially in previous lobby legends, Japan doing quite well, China oftentimes having at least 1 or 2 players in top 4 in each group. And so South Korea showing up and doing some work in the dark horse group of Group B. Pretty cool. Neat to see.
Yeah, very, very hard group to predict. I think going into this one, as I think evidenced by neither of us doing super well with our fantasy teams. I hope people in chat have done a little bit better with this one overall. But I think I had Kid and Pompata, who were 6th and 7th. I did have Sliders, who finished 4th. TJ, who were your picks for this? I don't remember.
Gonki, Kid, and Kuroneko. So we were about even. I think if
okay.
The points from our fantasy teams, we were pretty even, because Gonki was slightly ahead of Sliders, but Pompata was slightly ahead of Kuroneko, and we both had Kid. So I think you edged me out by half a point in terms of fantasy. But you edged me out by 1,000,000 points in terms of literally everything else. So we'll see how things shake out in terms of points, but I think you're going to have a pretty substantial lead in the Tavern Buddy department. But there's the final lobby. A lot of excitement going into tomorrow. Again, outside of that last game with Kid, we didn't really see too many crazy things happen today. Not a lot of the, APM pirates. Not a lot of super high APM builds that had longevity. And in terms of mechanical play, I felt like it was pretty solid all day long. Very good decisions from the top players from each individual game in the later stages. Everyone right?
Let's go, baby!
The clean sweep?
Actual Battlegrounds genius.
The only ones I got right were the ones that I agreed with you?
I mean, that's how it works when I get them all right, yes.
Ah, unbelievable. Unbelievable. Wow, all 6 winners use a different hero.
Yep.
Because we had that one last time, and it was no. So I just went with historical evidence.
So the reason I went yes on this occasion, like I agree with you, that one is kind of coin flippy, but because the meta right now is so tempo focused, it's not like, oh, you know, you get Gallywix, you win the game, you get Millhouse, you win the game. So everyone's picking Millhouse, everyone's picking Gallywix. You kind of just pick a tempo hero, of which there are like 60 in the game, and then you play for tempo. So I felt like the chances of it being spread across 6 heroes was pretty more likely than not.
And I feel like I should at least get partial credit for Wisdom Ball because there was a second place finish.
Oh, it's
that's actually a lot.
Liked.
I know. That's actually really close. I made up a lot in the Barev's Blessing picks because I won two of them. 2 additional ones than you, I believe, because I think they're 25 points apiece, just a flat 25 points.
Yep.
I think I swept Barev's Blessing. I think I got them all right, which carried me. And fantasy team, it was just my Group A that beat me on the fantasy team. And Puzzle Box, joke's on you, Puzzle Box only worth 10 points a question.
That is uncomfortably close. I do not like it.
All right. I'm coming in hot tomorrow for some points.
Oh, you mean I actually have to try again tomorrow? Oh.
Yeah. I'm curious to see how the chat did. We are a little bit behind, so they don't have full tallies because of the delay. But I'm going to take a look real quick, see how we fare against everybody else.
If you also got 6 out of 6 puzzle box questions correct, then you may join me as a verified member of the Battlegrounds Genius Club. Congratulations.
Okay, there's a couple people that already have higher scores than you, and the final tallies haven't even been marked. So, and me, I'd be like top 25. That's not bad if I was on the leaderboard. I didn't do too terrible.
You're on the unfinished leaderboard that hasn't already had all the points assigned to it.
Yeah, but the last points assigned aren't enough to, because the barrel. Yeah, I guess it's a Barrel's Blessing still left to go. But whatever. We should both give ourselves a nice little pat on the back. So I think we both did a fantastic job today in our predictions. And looking forward to tomorrow to see if I can make up. I'm a single Barov's Blessing correct choice away from passing you in points.
Not great, is it?
Yeah.
I really felt like I was going to be further ahead than that, but yeah, a couple of Barrel's Blessings let me down in the end. But more importantly, I'm more excited to see how our final lobby is going to pan out, because I think we have a very interesting mix of players. It was kind of always going to be that way, right? Because we have the players that we recognize who've kind of built their stories throughout the year from Lobby A that are coming through. And then, you know, we called Lobby B the Dark Horse group, which it kind of was because there weren't really any players who had massive success in Lobby Legends in there. And they're kind of throwing up the wild cards for us to deal with. So I think it gives us a very interesting dynamic going into what Derek was referring to as Mega Lobby on Sunday.
Yeah. Which should be fun. Yeah, if you look at the historicals of the players from Group B that actually made it in, all the players with significant experience in Lobby Legends were eliminated from that group. So it's going to be cool to see how they go up against maybe some players with more experience, at least playing in this the final stage of a Lobby Legends weekend. So, but with that, we've come to the conclusion of our day number 1. It was a fun day. We had actually went pretty long. We had a lot of long games, a lot of late turns, especially in that first group. But we did get to see a lot of awesome Battlegrounds action. Of course, we'll return tomorrow, which will be same time, same place for that final check format lobby to determine our Battlegrounds Lobby Legends 7 winner. So with that, from myself, from Sottle, from Lorinda, our spectator, and from the broadcast crew here, thanks for watching, and we'll see you tomorrow for more Lobby Legends action.